Hey guys, welcome to Lean to Knowledge, the best place for entertainment and learning on anything about finance, education, and the world. We bring you something spectacular every video, and we hope you're on board for an amazing journey with us. The largest wealth transfer in recorded history is currently taking place. Baby boomers are set to transfer over $30 trillion to the next generation. And what's this? Everyone who's watching this video, including you and I, has the chance to win a little portion of the $30 trillion. Dozens of billions are equal to even 0.1% of that sum. You are about to learn how to profit from the biggest wealth transfer in history, so pay close attention. But before we do that, it's important to comprehend how the baby boomer generation came to be so wealthy. The United States was just another nation in the 1930s, not even close to the current superpower. The financial crisis was so severe that it earned the label Great Depression. It lasted for 10 years and almost completely wrecked the economy. And World War II was the only way the United States was able to escape that predicament. Obviously, World War II was the worst event in human history, but it also resulted in the largest wealth transfer ever. While the rest of the world and Europe were attempting to destroy one another, World War II, due to a lack of supplies, the Allies looked to the United States to make up the difference, since it had the economic might to do so and wasn't actively involved in the war. Since the troops on the battlefield were prepared to use any means necessary to win the war, US farmers and companies were able to produce as much wheat and equipment as they could and readily sell it to the Allies for the greatest price. The world was decimated when the war finished in 1945, but the United States emerged as a superpower because for the previous 5 years, it had been providing the entire world with everything. Since paper money typically has no value during times of conflict, the United States ended up with 75% of the world's gold reserves. But that was only the start. Since Europe had to rebuild its infrastructure and get its economies going again after the war, demand for American goods, equipment, and services didn't decline. As a result, US businesses made millions. Baby boomers, the post-World War II generation, are the richest generation in history. Yet, they are also the oldest and most vulnerable to mortality, and are anticipated to give younger generations $30 trillion in wealth over the following 10 years. Of course, much of this wealth is concentrated in the hands of the top 1%, and it will be passed down to their offspring, which is true. However, studies show that 2/3 of businesses passed down to children fail, and only a small portion survives to the third generation, meaning the majority of the $30 trillion will be given away to whoever can take it. Consider John Rockefeller, the richest man in American history. His estimated net worth after accounting for inflation was $400 billion, while the Rockefeller's family's current net worth is just about $11 billion. As it happened with the internet, for example, whoever rode that wave ended up gaining a fortune. This is because every new technology or shift ushers in a new wave of innovation that transforms an industry or the entire world and transfers wealth from one group to another. Consider YouTube as an example. For many years, the only way to watch your favorite program or the news was on cable. Not everyone instantly joined the YouTube bandwagon when it first started. However, this new technology completely changed the sector and drove most cable TV consumers to YouTube. All the money intended for television advertisements is now being used for YouTube advertisements. As a result, several cable TV stations went out of business. On the other hand, individuals like Philip DeFranco, PewDiePie, and MKBHD gained millions riding this new wave of innovation. Even posting phony pickups, pranks, reviews of items, or even movies of cats might make you rich. Although it's not as simple as it once was, it is still feasible to succeed on YouTube. The dot-com revolution of the 1990s saw people make fortunes simply by creating websites, even if such websites were completely useless. The argument is that when a new wave of innovation transforms a particular industry, money is transferred. Therefore, we need to identify the next great wave in order to determine who will receive the largest share of those $30 trillion. There will undoubtedly be a lot, but here are at least two of them. Where the internet was in 2002 and 2003, blockchain is now. Although it experienced an explosive increase in 2017 before collapsing, we won't fully understand the advantages of this technology until 10 or 20 years from now. However, theoretically, it can alter not only the financial sector, but also pretty much every other business. Most people couldn't have predicted what the internet would look like in 2000, but now here we are, depending on it for everything. We can't go into the specifics of how blockchain operates, but it's simple to picture how, for instance, smart contracts will be used to control the world of business. If you could travel back to the year 2000, which company would you launch? Considering that the past 20 years have been the internet's golden age, this business is unquestionably an online one. Additionally, the blockchain is about to enter its own gold age. I'm warning you once more because, like the internet in the early 2000s, there are too many scammers in this industry. Before you invest in this industry, please do your homework and understand the hazards. Most importantly, don't believe a single YouTube commenter who claims to have made a killing trading cryptocurrency. Oil wasn't as lucrative in the 1870s when it was first found because there weren't any gasoline cars on the road at the time. But John Rockefeller made the decision to seize this fresh wave of transformation. He began operating his oil refinery and then gradually began purchasing his rivals. He became the richest American to ever live as a result of the rise in oil demand, which was sparked by the development of the vehicle. However, the world is switching to a new energy source once more because it is not only running out of oil, but also because if we do not switch to renewable energy, a climatic catastrophe would occur. The planet is expected to warm by 3 degrees, which would submerge numerous cities, according to scientists. For this reason, China, for instance, has already outlawed the sale of new gas and diesel vehicles and has a plan to outlaw all such vehicles by the year 2035. Similar actions have already been taken in numerous other nations. The world will quickly switch to a new energy source during the next 10 years, and whomever can profit from this new wave of change will be successful. Elon Musk will undoubtedly replace David Rockefeller as the era's Rockefeller. In fact, there will be more money than John Rockefeller for the first time in American history. But since he won't be able to control the entire market, other people will have the opportunity to ride that wave as well. Not only did humanity experience a global epidemic in 2020, but the entire planet also experienced a global recession. And when the economy reaches its bottom line, it transitions to the expansion phase and resumes growing. It appears that we're during that shift. Therefore, the economy will most likely continue to grow for the ensuing 3, 5, or 10 years. There will be a strong rivalry for this enormous transfer of wealth. The entire world will compete for this money, even though it is predominantly concentrated in the United States. Although the internet has made the globe into a global community, most people still don't have access to it. However, when Starlink is finally available, this will change. Elon Musk plans to launch 42K satellites into orbit to provide high-speed internet connectivity to the entire planet. And when that occurs, an additional 4 billion individuals will have the opportunity to benefit from the massive wealth transfer. I sincerely hope you all liked the video. That's all for now. We hope you enjoyed yourselves and learned something new. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. See you guys in the next video. Stay special.